What's up, guys? Welcome back to GenZGarage. Today we're going to be replacing this taillight on this 2012 Toyota Highlander. All right, guys, so here's the new taillight. So how this comes out is inside, we're going to show you in a second, there's a nut right here, and there's a nut right here. And then after that, this thing just pulls out like that. So first thing we're going to do is remove this access panel right here. It just pops off. And now we're going to go ahead and show y'all a clip of the bolts inside there because it's really hard to see. But we'll roll that now and we'll try to outline them so y'all can see them. So it should just be two 10mm bolts, and as you saw in the video, one's going to be literally right inside the door right here, and then one's going to be further up. These are a little bit difficult to get to. All right, so on this one, a deep well 10mm and a 3-inch extension seems to do it on the bottom one. You want to be real careful with this nut that you don't drop it when you get it out. We've messed with that one for a second. Can't seem to get that nut all the way off, so we're going to take the top one off now. See what's our hold up. So the top one is a lot further up in there, so I'm try to feel it and then get a socket on it. All right, so we got the socket on there. We're going to try to get the ratchet on the end of the socket. All right, we got the ratchet on. We're going to loosen up that nut. Thankfully with this, you can normally just break it free and then just work the rest of the way out with the socket. All right, so that socket, that nut is off. Got the top one out. Now I should be able to come to the front side. All right, so there's a retainer right here that this taillight slides into. So you want to pull it straight back when you're pulling this out. So it looks like that bottom nut's still holding us up. So we're gonna go back in and see if we can get that the rest of the way off. All right, so we got this bolt. Dropped it. All right, with both of those out, this should just slide out. It is held on by two inserts right here. It pulls out. Now we can disconnect the wiring, just push in and pull out on that. Same with this one, push in, pull out. Same on the bottom, push that tab in and pull it out. All right, there's our old one. All right, guys, so as you saw, we dropped that nut and we tried for a long time to fish it out with a magnet and even tried taking these panels off here and got all the way down to the bottom, but it fell basically in between the frame right here. There's no way we could get to it, so we just ran to the parts store and grabbed a replacement nut and washer. I think it was a 1032. So anyway, we're gonna go ahead and reinstall this taillight. All right, so it's real simple. We're just gonna go ahead and plug these back in. That one clips in, the middle one clips in, bottom one clips in. And we're gonna slide this back in. And again, there's two points that need to slide in, right here, and then it needs to catch on this tab on the outside, on the inside of this taillight right here. All right, should be good. Now we're gonna put the nuts back on. So we're gonna go ahead and reinstall that nut cautiously as possible. We actually bought some extras just in case we drop it again. All right, now we're gonna use just a regular socket, not the deep well at first, so it catches better. All right, now we're gonna grab our deep well. So we got that one on and tight. I'm gonna go ahead and snug it down with the ratchet. These do not have to be very tight. Should be good. Now we're gonna reach in there and take our replacement washer up on the top one and install it. All right, so we got that washer on. Now we're gonna take the nut, get the nut started. All right, we got the nut started. All right, now that we got the nut on there, we're gonna put our ratchet on there and tighten it down. All right, we got the top one tightened up. All right, last step, just reinstall the cover. Good.
All right, guys, that's how you replace a rear taillight assembly on a 2012 Toyota Highlander. This is GenZGarage. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe for more videos in the future. Thanks for watching.